This is another episode of Standup Comedy, your host and MC, celebrating 40-plus years on the fringe of show business. Stories, interviews, and comedy sets from the famous and not so famous. Here's your host and MC, Scott Edwards.
Hi, and welcome to this week's show. Hey, before we get started with a great bunch of entertainment for you, I just wanted to say thanks for listening. It's been so much fun for me to do these podcasts, and I know that there's people out there enjoying them and listening to them. It just means a whole bunch, and I just hope you're having as much fun as I am. So I got something kind of interesting for you today. This week's show is going to be a normal 3-act format, which I've liked doing in the podcast every once in a while because that's the way comedy was presented live on stage back in the 80s and 90s and still is today at most clubs around the country. And what's going to make this unique is that I'm going to leave in my MC work. Now, this is funny because if you've listened to any of the comic interviews, you've heard the comics kind of razz me because I used to really enjoy being on stage as the MC, and I used to do a little bit of time. Now, this is back in the beginning. This particular show was taped live in 1983, so I'd been doing my MC work for a couple of years, and I think I was doing okay. But this will be one of the first shows that you'll actually hear me opening up, going back and forth with Bob on the back microphone, kibitzing with the audience, and trying to get things going, basically being an MC and taking up time. So I just thought you should hear it. I think it's kind of entertaining. It's a little embarrassing, but funny at the same time. The show itself was really good. We're going to break it down in a couple different ways. The headliner, again, by far one of the best out there. You've heard him on earlier podcasts. Denny Johnston, very funny act. Now, because we have heard him in other shows, and I tried to always present fresh material, I'm editing out a few minutes of the middle of his headlining set. He was basically a prop comic and did some music, so I'm going to try to get a few minutes of his headlining set that you haven't heard before in there. And then the feature act, Michael Finney, was a very talented comic magician. He was originally out of Woodland, but worked all over the country. And in this show, he's the featured act. But again, you haven't heard many magicians on the podcast because, of course, it's very difficult to share magic tricks over an audio podcast. But in this particular case, I wanted you to get a taste of Michael Finney's work. He was a very funny comic, great with the audience. And in this particular shortened set, he does a card trick. And I think you'll be able to visualize what's happening. He's basically manipulating some cards and making them appear and then tossing them over to a hat that's on a stand a few feet away. And I think just listening to it, you'll get a sense. And, of course, there's a lot with the audience. So there'll be a short set by Denny Johnston, the headliner, a short set by the featured act, Michael Finney. So we're going to get started with the opening act. Now, this guy, Yalowitz, was originally out of New York, a Jewish comic. He was the opening act. He was just getting started. To be honest, I'm not sure what happened to him. But this set that I'm going to present is in full, no editing, and I think it's very entertaining. He was a good writer. It was different to get comedy from a Jewish point of view, and I think you'll enjoy it. So there's going to be me emceeing and doing a little bit of fun with the audience, then a full set, unedited by Yalowitz, and then there'll be a short little bit with Michael Finney, the comic magician, and then I'll come on and do a podcast interview for the headliner, Denny Johnston, and there'll be a short set from him. So this ought to be an interesting show for you. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy making it. So let's get started. Live from 1983 on stage at Laughs Unlimited in Old Sacramento. Our first act is me as MC, and then Yalowitz. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Laughs Unlimited. To start off the show, we'd like to bring on our host and MC for the evening. Here's Scotty here, the fabulous Mr. Scott Edwards.
Good evening, good evening. That's pretty shitty, folks. Come on, let's hear it. Friday night. Yeah, come on, yeah. Damn right. This is a party time, party night, Old Sacramento, celebrating the very fun, very exciting rail fair, huh? I know, how many people are here for rail fair? Another crock? No. Old Sacramento gets very excited about those things, mostly because it draws people down here and they can actually make some money in some of the retail shops around here. Pretty good, Bob. Was that you?
No.
Oh. Well, this is nice. What's this? Anyone want to take a guess? The only place in town
An ostrich prophylactic.
Wrong answer, but good guess. No, it's we're the only place.
On to the bonus round.
Thanks, Bob. Bob? Good night, Bob. So anyway, how you doing? Pretty good? Feeling all right? Ready for a good show? We have a wonderful show for you tonight. We're very happy to announce that the middle act, who has not been here all week long due to illness and sickness and cocaine use, is back with us starting tonight. We'll tell you about that in a minute. Our featured act tonight, what I'm doing is I'm telling you about the show right now. Our featured act tonight, from Southern California, the winner of the Los Angeles Comedy Competition last year, a very funny guy. Hasn't been here in a while, but he is a regular at Laughs Unlimited. How about a nice round of applause? Denny Johnston is back. Yes, indeed, the very funny Denny Johnston. And who? Shh, be a little more subtle. Also, I was mentioning... Yeah? You like it? Thunderbird. Oh, you got some. Hold that up so everybody can see it. Laughs Unlimited is proud to serve the big Thunderbird in a brown paper bag. This is reminiscent of Gallo Park and K Street Mall for those local people. Not that, no. It's not bought for its fine flavor. I think that's last week's bottle. It's the bag that's $1.38. Okay, I was saying, we had an act that hasn't been here all week. He's back with us again. So tonight is his debut for this week here at Laughs Unlimited. Very talented comic magician. We're glad to have him back with us. And he's going to be coming up as soon as I can remember his goddamn name. Thank you. Michael Finney. How about a nice round of applause? See what happens, Mike, when you're not here the first part of the week? I mean, it's right out the window. Okay. Anyway, he wasn't here. How many people saw PM Magazine Tuesday night? Great,
Wednesday night.
It was Wednesday. I knew that. I was tricking him. She watched Tuesday. Who'd you see Tuesday? A guy that grew grass all over him or something. You want to check these speakers? We're getting a nice feedback. Please. Thank you, as I spit on these fine folks. Hi, how you doing? You guys married or just using each other? It's nice the way they're grabbing each other under the table. That's cute. She's going, oh, no. I don't want to be caught. You guys obviously are married. Look how far apart you're sitting. And people are going all out for the Thunderbird here. Yeah! We do have fine food here. Chef Tomaine working very hard back in the kitchen. Deli sandwiches, full dinners now available. In fact, there goes one of the servers right there, Cindy, the head food server right here, going down in the third row. The head food server. Ooh. Hey, can I help it? They earn these titles. Anyway. Also, I was supposed to mention, let's see, it's next to the $10 bill, Marie's birthday. She couldn't make it. Okay. Where's Marie? She's awfully proud of this fact. Oh, back in the shitty seats. Great. Okay. Boy, do we know how to take care of special people. Back there. Hi, Marie. Your friend slipped me a $5 and said, say something. So, something. I don't know.
Let's talk about her.
Well, 5'2", eyes of blue. I don't know. Is she very... How old are you? Are you 22? Sure. I saw the fake ID. That's nice. Thank you. A little reverb effect. Two. Well, it's her birthday. Any other birthday, special occasion, stuff like that. Maria's the only one. Well, look, we have all these fine people. Oh, now you speak up. Sorry, too late. It's Maria's birthday. A lot of people here. How many people want to sing happy birthday to Maria? Back there in the crummy seats, how many want to sing? How many people don't want to sing happy birthday to Maria? Back there. Tough shit, Maria. Obviously, your friends didn't spread enough money around to get anybody to notice. But it's nice you could join us. We have a great show coming up, and it's time we started. Good idea? Great. Get me the hell off the stage. Our first act tonight. Yeah. Standing ovation in the front here. Just the right height. So anyway, our first act tonight. Coming up from Southern California, regular here at Laughs Unlimited, from the Improv Club, the Comedy Store, all those kinds of great places. Just finished touring back east in New York, where we worked at Dangerfields in the comic strip. Ladies and gentlemen, having a nice round of applause, our first act, Lee Yalowitz. Yes, indeed, Lee Yalowitz, the king of the Jews.
Thank you. What a wonderful job he did. What a professional job he did. Cutting down the audience after they paid $6 to get in. I think that's really great. Nice to see everybody here. Hi, girls. How are you? Ah, 2 girls. That's a typical California couple. Very good. I always like to start the show. I want to know what kind of audience. For instance, is this a Jewish crowd? What? Yeah. Yes. The reason I asked them because I could always tell when I perform in front of a Jewish crowd by the way they laugh. You know, I need one. There's two. See, I'll tell you something. If I had a choice, I'd grow up in a Jewish neighborhood. You know why? Because Jews don't have gang problems. They're not tough people. Could you imagine Jews and gangs strutting down the street? Yarmulkes tilted to the side. Men coming up to you. Hey, mister. Mister. Want to buy a hot condo? Come on. Jews don't do that, you know? So I can talk about them. I'm Jewish, so this way you're not offended. And I knew you guys were Jewish right away. No, how'd you know? No big deal. Okay, you know, you could spot your own people a mile away, you know? Any Italians? Yeah. I tell you, Italian men are something else. Yeah, I love the way they come home. Hi, honey, I'm home. Where's the kid? I love you. No, I love you. It's a little too rough for me. They're too macho Italian, aren't they? Is that why you... Does he tell you what to do? Go to bed. Make a left, make a right. Put it in, take it out. Okay. It's a big disco song. Put it in, put it out. Glad to be here tonight. It really is. Date night? This is date night. No, tomorrow's date night. This is nice looking couple. Very nice looking couple. You're a nice looking couple too, really. Very nice. Listen, I'll tell you, dating is hard. It's very hard. I feel sorry for women because women are such a target. See, men have no compassion when it comes to dating. Absolutely no compassion. You go out with a girl, white guys, you just meet her, you're so nice to them, you throw compliments left and right. Honey, you look beautiful. Your eyes, your makeup, you're gorgeous. But after you take them out for a while, your tone of voice changes. Hey, are you ready yet, pig? What? Okay. Where are the flies coming from? Jesus. Not the same. Still. I like young women. I'm waiting for my wife to be born, you know, and that's how young I like them, you know. I stopped going to bars. I only go there once in a while. I noticed that some women, guys, back me up on this. I noticed some women look better from far away, like Alaska, you know. Look at that, it's incredible. Yeah. Oh, we just try so hard to be on our best, you know. It's amazing. I want to know this girl. She's very pretty, and she, you know, we were trying to impress each other, and she had an itch, which is a normal thing. You know, she had an itch in her breast, and she would not touch it. She tried to avoid it, but she could not take it anymore. We're talking. She goes, you know something? I want to just tell you something. Ow! Beating the shit out of herself. You know, oh my titties. Oh God. Poor girl comes home. I didn't even touch her. She's black and blue. You know. Are you like me? Do you go to motels just to read the Bible? No? Guess not. I like to go to movies. I like to take women to movies, and leave them there, and hey, I paid your way, now you go home, you know? Great movies coming out this summer. A lot of trailers I've been watching, and remember that show, Kung Fu? Now they're coming out with a black version of Kung Fu. It's called Hey Fu, and coming to the theater near you. I'm one of those lucky people, unfortunately, whatever. I eat, it just doesn't show, and I do eat a lot, but I'm very selective what I eat, because a friend of mine invited me over for dinner the other night, and he made me this exotic dish. He hands it to me, I look at it, I didn't know what it was, I look down at the dog, he's going, maybe not tonight, Charlie, okay? Dogs know these things. They have a sense about food, you know? It's great to be a dog, you know? When a dog likes you, they come up, they sniff you, and bam, you know? Wish we could do that, but I think there's a law against that somewhere. You see, people say that poodles are the smartest dogs in the world. They say, you know, I don't think poodles are that smart. If poodles are that smart, why do they let people give them those dumb fucking haircuts, you know? These are male poodles with bows in their head. These are fag dogs, okay? You don't see Doberman pinchers with poodles, you know, something like that. Say, man, you ain't gonna do that to me. I'll kill you and your family. That's right. Put some steak down there too, Jack, you know? I don't know. And people... Some people you cannot convince that dogs are smart. You ever see some of these really jamokes, you know? Hell, dogs ain't smart. I've never seen one drive a Winnebago before, you know? I can't drive a Winnebago, you know? Hey. I like cats. Cats are my favorite, yeah. How could you boo a cat? Poor little thing, how could you boo a cat? See, I like cats. They're independent. You don't have to take care of them, but they're affectionate. I got a very hip cat. I come home, I go, hi, kitty, kitty. He goes, meow, baby, meow. You know? He's got a little tattoo of a mouse on the shoulder. Hey, check it. Do you ever notice cats in a litter box? Don't they remind you of archaeologists? They're always digging. What are they looking for? They show it to you, you know? Hey, get out of here, you know? I know. I play tricks with my cat. I try not to, but, you know, it's fun to be a little cruel. Come on. I go looking for him with a hairdryer, you know? Kitty, 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 kitty. But you see, cats get even with you. See, when they get mad. What they do is they come out of a litter box, they still have some gravel between their toes. They jump on your bed, you go, hey, how you doing? You know, hey, come on, man, not that. Come on, get out of here. Cats have no sense of humor. You cannot play jokes with cats, you know? They're very serious. Huh? Amazing. You know what amazes me? People that own fish. Just fish. They get so excited. Hey, look at my fish. See the fish going. And then they buy things for the aquarium. They put these little divers in there. Like fish think, wow, Jacques Cousteau, look at that. Don't people understand this? Any, girls, you don't like macho guys, yeah? I mean, yeah, I think it's nice for a man to be sensitive and have a lot of money, you know? I'm not from that school of being macho, but I still own a motorcycle. I think it's a wonderful experience. If anybody has a motorcycle, you're going 80 miles an hour, and you're killing bugs with your forehead. And you can hear them screaming. Never ride a motorcycle with your mouth open, you know? So, yeah, amazing. I like to drive a motorcycle and go to the laundromat to look real cool, you know? But I get very embarrassed, I do. You know, because when you're in a laundromat, and if you accidentally drop your underwear on the floor, it's never yours. Is this yours? No, that's not mine. My name's under Lee's underwear, you know? Then people kick your underwear. You don't want to be left out. You kick your own underwear, you know? This is disgusting. Look at this. Oh, God, $10 down the drain, you know? You ordered once, you'll never pick it up again, you know? $10 for underwear. That's a lot of money. Real funny. I mean, most people don't like to talk about underwear. It's like, oh, gross. I talk about it. But hey, come on, there comes a time when you don't know whether to continue wearing them or throw it away. I think I'll throw them away, you know? See, a good indication you should throw them away is when you have holes in your underwear. What happens? I want to know one thing, ladies and gentlemen. What do you do to underwear to get holes in them? Change your lifestyle, you know? He's pretty powerful, you know. Hi, honey, I'm home. Okay. New wardrobe coming right up. Become very creative, you know. We can't wear underwear anymore. We go, I can't wear this stuff. I think I'll wax my car with this, you know. Well, listen, they've got some decent food. They got some good nachos. I'll give you a little tip. You want to go to a nice restaurant, always look at the menu. See, nice restaurants never have pictures of the food on the menu. It's true. If you walk into a Denny's or a Sambo, every page has pictures of the food on it. There's a reason for this. People go to Denny's late at night. They can't read. They point. Give me this. Give me that. What'd you order? Page 2. You know? My, you're a big eater. You know? I go to Denny's, I admit it, you know, and I, for some reason, have a tendency to attract big people. I don't know why big people like to sit next to me. I'm at Denny's at a counter, very popular area, you know, and this man, he was a huge guy. He was so big, he was about to sit down in the chair, and you could hear the chair going, "Ow!" You know. That's big, you know. You see what you're doing now in restaurants? They're pumping music into the bathrooms. It's a good idea, right? I mean, I'm a man. I'm standing there in the bathroom doing what I'm supposed to do, you know, number one. And I have to differentiate this, you know. And I hear this music, and I like it, you know. I'm sitting there, and I'm getting carried away. I'm walking. It's an accident, really. It's an accident, you know. You guys see the movie Coma? You're doing a great impression of it. You're watching a comic. You're in a club. You don't know why. It's like the E.F. Hutton look, you know? I've been here about 3-4 days, and we have an apartment right down the block here, and we have absolutely nothing to do during the day. We're just watching a lot of television, and I can't imagine these shows are still on, but they are. Gilligan's Island, I found out, was still on. When I was little, I thought this is the greatest show in the world. Now I'm a little older. I figure the people who wrote the show have brain damage. I mean, this is pure trash, ladies and gentlemen. It's about 7 people being stranded on an island. And on this island, you had a man called a professor. This man was a genius. Built nuclear reactors, bowling alleys, skyscrapers, but he couldn't build a fucking boat, you know? Build a helicopter, a laser beam, no boat, you know? Then you had Gilligan. I'd like to be stuck with this guy, you know? Gilligan had an IQ of a handy wipe, you know? I always enjoyed Mrs. Olsen because I grew up watching it. She still does commercials. 20 years doing the same commercial. Every commercial she's always on, she's always over somebody else's house. Do you notice that? Doesn't she have a home? This woman is a mooch, you know? A major mooch, you know? See, I like to see Mrs. Olsen and Robert Young get together. And I like to see him decaffeinate her, you know? Hey, I got your mountain grown right here, you old bag. Further this, okay, baby? It's fair, it's only fair. We also have some cable television, and great part about cable is you get a chance to see things you don't get on network. And we have a black cable station in the apartment, and I was watching Black Shakespeare, which is a little different, you know? It's like, to be or not to be? Uh-huh. Said Juliet, you fine thing. I like to go to 7-Eleven for one reason. I like to browse through the magazines, and I like to read Playboy. I mean, I think it's a good magazine. I mean, I do. See, unfortunately, there's too many magazines on the market competing with Playboy that are inferior. And you could always tell by the names like Beaver, Crotch, you know, horrible names like that. It's true. See, girls in Playboy have nice names. Vanessa? Rosetta? See, girls in Beavers have names like Mike and Joe, you know. Tattoos of dead guys on their arms, you know. These girls have hobbies. making motorcycle gangs happy, you know? I understand, man. And they advertise things in these magazines I'm embarrassed to tell you, but I will. So, honest, they're advertising, I'm not making this up, they're advertising vibrators. Not ordinary vibrators, Sears Die Hard vibrators. Works as long as you do. Could you imagine a husband coming home one night? Honey, why is our electric bill $4,000? So I can always tell what women own vibrators in the audience. By the way they laugh, you know. This has been a great crowd. Thank you very much. Good night.
Jewish brother Lee Yalowitz, yes it is. Having a good time so far? Good. Okay, great.
Scott?
Scott. I can't remember his name.
Richard Gardner, please come to the bar, please.
Now I remember.
What is it?
Richard Gardner.
Where's he supposed to go?
To the bar.
Okay, fine.
Is he here?
Yeah, you like it?
I don't know. Does he? Richard Gardner, are you here? He's not here. So
Let's talk about him then.
Are we done with Maria? Okay. Our next act. I cracked her up. Look at her. She's in hysterics. That's great. She does this all the time. Oh, now they're physical violence, first row. That's great. She like that in bed too? You don't know him. Ooh. And you're not buying any drinks. You're not going to get any that way. Oh. Ooh, brought his checkbook. Is that the secret thing, girls? Bring the checkbook? Maybe not. Our next act, ladies and gentlemen. It's great the way I can bring the audience right down to a nice somber level for the next act to work with. Our next act, coming up to the stage, comic magician extraordinaire, hasn't been here all week because he's been getting ready to just do a wonderful, stupendous show for you folks right here. And he's coming out on the stage right now. How about a nice round of applause? He's been traveling all over the country, but believe it or not, he's originally from Woodland. Let's have a nice big round of applause. Michael Finney, right here, Mike Finney.
Thank you very much. And now that Scott Edwards has just whipped you folks up into a frenzy, well, what do you say we continue on in this carnival-like atmosphere? 85 bucks, and that's all that goddamn thing does. You think I'm kidding you? I'm not. The other day I was watching a television program. On it they had a magician. He did a most extraordinary trick. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. He threw 1, 2, 3 towards a hat. He still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I said, hey, that's an amazing trick. I'd like to learn that myself. It's great, you folks are quick. I called the TV station and asked to talk to the magician. They said, sorry, he's already gone. Went down to a shop right in Phoenix known as Bert Easley's Fun Shop. Went inside, said, Bert, do you have a trick where the magician takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards? He puts 1, 2, 3 into a goddamn hat. He still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. He turned to me and said, Mike, I know the trick you're talking about. It's where the magician takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. He throws 1, 2, 3. He still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I said, Bert, that's it. He said, Mike, I'm real sorry. We don't have that trick. I didn't laugh either.
said, Mike, no sweat, just give me a week. I waited a week, went back, said, Bert, do you have the trick where the magician takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards? He throws 1, 2, 3, 5 into a hat. He still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. He turned to me and said, Mike, I'm real sorry. We weren't able to get that trick for you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, from here I can see the disappointment on your face. Oh, maybe not. I called New York, Louis Cannon, said, Mike, don't worry to be there in a week. I invite you all to come back next week. I'll have the trick where the magician takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. He throws 1, 2, 3 at a wise-ass audience. He still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards left. That's it.
That was Michael Finney doing a card trick. I hope you were able to visualize that. I'm not going to show you any more of his set, but hopefully you got a taste of what Michael's comedy was like and how good he was with the audience. And that card trick with him tossing the cards over into the top hat, I think was easy enough to visualize, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Hey, let's move on to the headliner. As explained previously, you've heard Denny Johnston before in other podcasts, so I'm not going to present his whole headlining set. Plus, it's pretty long. But I'm going to edit out part of the middle of his set that you haven't heard before. I know you'll find it very entertaining, as he was one of the top headliners to work our clubs over the years. Very funny guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this closing bit of comedy from Denny Johnston in 1983.
How many of you like Bob Dylan? I think he sucks too. No, I don't have any personal opinion about Bob Dylan, but I would like to do my impression of Bob Dylan just after having a frontal lobotomy.
Tambourine, Mr. Hay. You go and play snows there and sleepy night I'm. Me for a song of playman, tambourine, Mr. Hay. You fall into my morning, jingle, jingle, the end. Ships full of magic, you're upon trip off on the take. A strip in half senses my own. Grip to feel, can't hands my hand. Skip too numb to toes my hand. Wandering go to heels, boot my lonely weight. Me for a song of playman, tambourine, Mr. Hay. To go and I play snow is there and sleepy night I'm. Come on, everybody.
I think it'd be great if they got Dylan to train the McDonald's employees.
Well, it may be a quarter pounder. It may be a bag of fries. But you gotta serve somebody. Oh, you got to serve somebody.
Thank you. How about Ozzie and Harriet? You remember them? I used to ask, how many of you remember America's Favorite Family? One night a guy goes, the Manson. Started thinking about that. What would Ozzy and Harriet Manson be like, you know? They'd have their little sons, Dave and Ricky Manson. Quick impression of Ricky Manson calling his brother on the driveway of their home. Hey, Dave. Dave. Yeah, let's cut up Wally. I think if they ever got Rick Nelson to sell a product on television, there'd be like one product that Ricky could sell that would match his image and personality. And that would be this product here. I hope Rick Nelson is never sitting in the audience. You know, he'll come up on stage and go, "It's not funny, fuck." Imagine getting your ass kicked by Rick Nelson. Hi, this is Ricky Nelson. Hey, you know when the Nelsons get hungry, which is all day long, every day of the week, we usually go down to the mall shop and have a burger or two. Not anymore, though. Not since Mom's been buying this stuff. You hamburger helper. Heck, now all she does is goes to the market, buys a pound of ground round, or GR. Takes it home, puts it in the skillet, cooks it up real good. Puts in salt, pepper, sometimes even a little bit of oregano. Then for real good flavor, Mom always tosses in a box of hamburger helper. But Dave and I always say, "Gee, Mom, you're pretty stupid." Heck, you ought to take that shit out of the box first. So remember, gang, this is Ricky Nelson singing. Don't laugh, I've done over 1,000 proms. Yes, it's all right now. I learned my lessons well. See, you can't please everyone, so you got to please yourself. God, I'm so bitchin'. So buy a hamburger helper, pick up a box or two. Watch out, Mom, don't be surprised when the kids throw it up on you. Anyway, I think if they ever decided to build a Marine training base in the center of Hollywood, this is what the drill instructor of the training base might be like. Okay, Tin Hut. Hi, Marine. Or Jarhead. Or Marinas. Welcome to our new training base here in Hollywood. My name is Sergeant Savage. It is! Oh, do you know what time it is? It's time to run real fast to run our track. But it's so hot. Too mucho caliente. Every time it gets hot, I say, I'm going to turn into a big, gigantic toasty. And I go, please, Mr. Sun, back off.
So we won't run. Who wants to run around all track anyway? Got your armpits get all patchy. And you smell like squirrel poop. So we won't run. Oh, but what I have to do today is I have to tell you about the two most important pieces of equipment that the Marines ever had in their whole lives. Okay, first of all, I want to tell you about the duffel bag, but I am such a bozo. I left my duffel bag at home in my apartment, or barracks, I don't know what they call it. Anyway, the duffel bag is the tall green bag, and it's made out of canvas. It is! Anyway, it has little needle rope at the top, and when you pull the rope, the top of the bag goes. Thank you, that's my impression of a duffel bag. Okay, ooh, wait. It's called the pistol, and you can paint yours any color you want. Okay. What is this? Mustache hair, I think. Okay. Anyway, okay. Oh wait, I have a little joke that goes along with this. This is my pistol, this is my gun, this is for business, and this is for fun. Okay, erase. Okay. Let's say you're out in the jungle, and you're all alone, and you're real scared because you get separated from your troops. And then you see a big enemy tank, and you wet your pants. This is not funny, it happens. If you don't stop laughing, I'm going to come out there and blow you all away. Some of you. Okay, all of you. Oh no, my helmet is on backwards. God, no wonder you've been laughing at me.
That was a bit of headlining set by Denny Johnston, recorded live on stage in 1983. Man, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. It had some interesting stuff. You got to hear me as an MC back in the day, a great full set by Lee Yalowitz, and a little bit of comedy magic by Michael Finney, and just a little bit of the headlining set from Denny Johnston. This has been a fun show to do, so thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week with a new show. Bye!
This is another episode of Standup Comedy, your host and MC, celebrating 40-plus years on the fringe of show business. Stories, interviews, and comedy sets from the famous and not so famous. Here's your host and MC, Scott Edwards.